Carrie, people love to grow houseplants, not just because they're pretty and add color, but because they're fun.
They are fun, Roger, and there's so many benefits. Have you considered fragrance in the house?
Never have.
Smell this lemon tree.
Wow, that's great.
Isn't that wonderful?
Now, I've seen lemon trees planted in the lawns in Florida or California, but never in New England.
That's right. But in the summer, people enjoy these around the pool, on the patio. In the fall, bring it in the house, put it in a southern window. They need a lot of sun, but you get the benefit of this wonderful fragrance, and then you get some fruit.
You can get lemons off of this inside?
You can. They're self-pollinating.
Great.
Gardenias. Smell this one, Roger. You want fragrance.
That's a great fragrance, but also a very beautiful flower.
It is. It's a beautiful, beautiful plant, a native of Asia, the gardenia. In the home, we want to give it high humidity. Mist it frequently. Maybe put a tray of pebbles and water under it to raise the humidity. Wonderful plant. Do you recognize this one?
No.
This is called Stephanotis. Very often you see this flower in bridal bouquets. Beautiful vining plant, great fragrance, just like the jasmine.
Jasmine, I
Another
recognize.
wonderful, fragrant vining house plant.
That's really pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
And I know this one. This is rosemary, but it's been trained upright.
Right. Very often at Christmas time, people enjoy these. They trim them just like a little Christmas tree. High fragrance, and you can use it all year long for an herb.
Right, you can just cut the herb off.
That's right.
Now, this is one of my favorites and extremely easy, Paperwhites. They smell great.
Very fragrant.
And easy to pot.
So easy, Roger.
Now, this one you just have set in some loose stone?
Right. Want to pot one up?
I do.
All right. Paperwhites are part of the daffodil family. They normally bloom in the spring.
That's right, but in this case, they've been chilled. So when we get them and we put them in a 70-degree house, they think it's spring and they start growing.
That's right. So let's pot some up. So you're going to start with a shallow dish, just like this one, no drainage holes, okay? We're going to fill it with some sort of pretty gravel, marbles, whatever you feel like. We're going to use some beautiful blue stones here. Okay, a little bit more.
Love the color.
Isn't that pretty? So, you know, you can be creative in this process. All right.
This is fun and easy. Kids can do this.
Absolutely. It's a great project with the kids. And you start filling it with your bulbs. You don't want to set them too deep. Just fill up this bowl. I like for the little tips to turn inward as you go around. Really, so simple.
So you're almost cheek to cheek when you're putting them in.
That's right, right. We could probably even sneak a few more in here. Let's see, a couple more in the middle.
Wow, that's packed now.
That's it. I think that's good.
Okay.
Okay, you fill that with some water. Just going to pour this in, Roger, until the water starts hitting the bottom of the bulb. Not too deep, because you don't want to rot the bulb. That's good. Keep this in a cool location, 50 to 60 degrees, until you see growth. Once the tips start growing or you see the roots, put it in a warmer location. 4 to 6 weeks, you have your fragrant flowers.
Great.
Okay, and then we have this little option. You have a small space, maybe your desktop. You just fill that vase with water and plant your bulb right there.
Cool.
Simple as that. Plants are no longer just luxuries. They're essential to good health. They help clean the air.
Are you telling me I have bad air in my house?
Well, now that we've made our homes more efficient and airtight, some of the toxins in the air aren't escaping.
That's true.
We have formaldehyde, trichloroethylene, and benzenes in our home.
Where do they come from?
Furniture, carpeting, plywood, varnishes and paints, all of those things in our home.
I didn't think of that. No, how does a plant help us with those?
Through a process called translocation.
Translocation is when the plant takes in air through the underside of the leaf through openings called stomata. The air then circulates through the plant, down into the roots, and into the soil.
That's right, and in that process, toxins are broken down, headed down into the soil, and then once they're in the soil, the microbes in the soil break down the toxins into food for both the plant and the microbes.
What's the name of this plant?
This is called an areca palm. Studies have shown a number of plants that help clean the air. Areca palm is high on that list.
This one is absolutely massive. Look how tall it is.
Isn't it? It's beautiful and graceful. Also, we have the lady palm. Another palm, beautiful. Low light palm, very easy to grow in the home.
Interesting fan-shaped leaf.
Isn't it pretty? And then we have the rubber tree. Beautiful, very common house plant. A number of people have this in their home.
Nice color on that leaf.
That's right, nice different color.
And over here, a spatifilum, a peace lily?
Right, the peace lily, another common plant. And studies have shown, Roger, in about 100 square foot, you just need one large plant. And don't forget your personal space. If you're sitting 8 hours at a computer, have a plant by you. It'll help clean the air.
What a great idea.
I know.
Well, that explains why every time I walk through the greenhouse, the air is so fresh.
That's right.
Not everyone has a south-facing window where the plants can get plenty of sunlight.
That's right. You know, the number one question I get in the greenhouse, what plants can I grow in low lights? But think about it. The understory plants in the tropical forest are the plants that don't get direct sunlight, and those make great houseplants.
So what are some good example of low light plants?
We have Sansevieria, commonly known as mother-in-law's tongue. Great, very easy, doesn't need any direct sunlight, super in the home. Any plant in the Dracaena family. Look at the colors. You have short desktop, you can have a floor plant, you can even have a very large Dracaena plant in your home.
Wow.
And they're great for low light.
Interesting leaf.
Isn't that nice? And the newest thing in the industry, about the last 8-10 years, is called the ZZ plant.
Easy plant?
ZZ.
Okay.
Very easy, actually. Beautiful leaves. It'll tolerate very little light, and it doesn't need a lot of water. So simple.
Well, it seems like a lot of these low light plants are low maintenance too.
That's right, they are. Another thought for houseplants is edibles. Sunny windowsill, grow some fresh herbs.
What a good idea.
You're doing a little cooking, put some fresh sage in there, some mint on your windowsill, maybe a fresh mojito.
I could go for that too.
What I like to do is when I get an herb in a plastic pot, I like to put it in clay pot. That way the roots can breathe a little bit better. Fresh bay for your spaghetti sauce.
Right, what you can do is get a small planter like this and you can take and put oregano in it, which will hang over the edge. And then we're gonna take basil and put it in the middle.
Right.
And I'm gonna take another thyme, which will grow over the edge too. And this way we have a high and 2 lows and it'll be a nice little planter.
Beautiful little herb garden right in your kitchen window.
Thank you so much, Carrie. You always manage to come up with something new for
Oh,
us.
you're welcome, Roger. Thank you.